Hi there, hello there, my name is Craft, and the Minecraft movie has just been released. I'm still working on the script of that video by the time this video goes out, so I won't be talking about it just yet. Gotta let me cook, guys. This silly movie is a lot for a Minecraft guy like me to process in full. But for the purposes of today's video, I will point out one thing about the movie that I saw before the movie was released. It has been stated by creative director Torfi Olafsson that the main character of Henry represents modded Minecraft, and with how modders' creativity change what we normally expect in the world of Minecraft.
I saw him on the page and I was like reading the script, like, oh wait, he's like, you know, a young kid hanging in his room, like building and making stuff. But that's what he is. He's like a maker and he's a creator. Such a big part of Minecraft has been the creator community and modding. So we thought that the Henry character could represent basically the modder, the person who takes the vanilla game and tweaks it and adjusts it, and then he comes into the Minecraft world and he meets Steve, and Steve knows everything about vanilla Minecraft.
And since the main character of the movie pretty much is mods, might as well look at the mods that I actually use for Minecraft. Previously on the channel, I ranked the mods that I used at the time, being rather new to the space as a whole, but since that video I've grown to appreciate and experience more and more modded content, and I feel like I should provide an updated ranking, adding all the new mods that I use as of recording this video. Like the last mod ranking, this is going to be a more casual ranking reflecting on how I've used these mods and how they affect my gameplay. I'll also be throwing in a few resource packs since, well, there's still modifications to the base game, so I feel like they fit. So with all that said, let's dig down into ranking all these mods. Alright, let's jump into this, starting with camera utils. I don't really use this one anymore. Well, honestly, I just go into spectator mode if I want like another like POV of like a build I'm working on. And I normally focus on big builds in creative mode, so it's not really useful to me in survival mode. I just no longer use it. Next, we have Particular, which is another one that I don't really use all that much. I've noticed that Minecraft has been adding more and more particle effects to the base game, so I'm thinking all the stuff that's in this mod is probably going to be added to the base game eventually. That's good. Not so good for the mod, but it's good for the game. So yeah, I just don't really use that one anymore. Iris shaders. These I use sometimes if I want like a cool screenshot of like whatever build I'm doing, but I try not to use them too much because I don't want to like overstress my PC when running Minecraft. Plus, I am really annoyed by like the graininess that like is always present whenever I use it. Like there's always like some kind of grain on the screen and it's really annoying, very distracting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run Iris into B tier. It's alright. It's fine. Next, we have Blur Plus, which has actually improved since the last time I threw it onto a tier list. It actually can add like a color gradient to the blur in the background, which is lovely. It adds a lot more like a flavor to it. And then you can also adjust the intensity of the blur and all that, which is really helpful. This one I think is actually boosted up to B tier because like it's actually pretty nice. Although it is admittedly like a small touch. I don't know, I like it. Mod menu. This requires no explanation. This one's always S tier because it allows me to actually like mingle and tingle with all these other ones. Maybe not mingle and tingle, but yeah, of course, it allows me to edit and change the parameters of all these other mods, which is nice. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Of course it's S tier. Next up, we have Friends and Foes, which adds the copper golem to the game. And admittedly, the time that I had this mod running, it was I mean, it's cool to have the Isolager and the Moo Bloom and the Copper Golem in the game, but like, you have that lingering thought in the back of your mind when running this mod that like, this isn't official. We could have them officially in the game and I could have a lot of fun crafting them from there, but like, it's just that tug at your heart. It's like, oh, we could have had them in the game. So it's just, I gotta put it in C tier. I want them to be official, but like, if modded is the best I can do, and it's just like, it's heartbreaking. Next up, we have Sodium, which is a performance enhancing mod. Which, honestly, sometimes I don't even notice its performance enhancements. It's kind of bad that I have to use this mod at all in order for Java Edition to even function properly. That says a lot about Java Edition and why I usually stick to Bedrock. But the times it works, it does work, so I'll go ahead and put this in B tier. We really do need a better performance mod, or just boost base performance in Java Edition Mojang. Next up, we have Make Bubbles Pop, which I admittedly no longer use anymore. I think I ranked this one pretty low last time I did this, because it was just like a tiny touch that I never really noticed because it's just bubbles popping. So I just kind of like cut it out from my usual layout. Next up, we got command keys, which unfortunately hasn't really been receiving any updates, so I've unfortunately stopped using this mod. My opinions on it haven't changed. It's still like a really good mod. I would normally put this in S tier, but since it's not really being developed anymore, I can't really use it in the modern versions of Minecraft. So I had to switch to a different one, which we'll get to. Next, we have a series of controller mods. First up, we have Midnight Controls, which I would say is alright. I don't really like how you can't really use the same buttons in multiple screens. Like whenever I exit out of like an inventory menu, it just makes me shift as soon as I get out of that menu, which is really annoying. And I don't really know how to fix that, so I think it's an issue with the mod. Although it is a really good substitute to have whenever Controlify is out for the count, so I'll just go ahead and put this in B tier. Controlify though, ooh, this one's my favorite out of all the controller mods. This one is going in S tier. Although admittedly, there was a point in time during 1.21.4 where whenever I tried to run it, it would just crash, so unfortunately due to that, I have to bump it down to A tier. So if it didn't actually bug out like that, then it would be like a for sure S tier, because I love this mod. It allows me to use my controller very comfortably, and then I can actually like access all the stuff I need to with the radial menu. So yes, very good. Controllable, I no longer really use. As soon as I found Controlify, I just kind of abandoned this one. I don't know, I download all my mods through Modrinth, and since this one is stuck on CurseForge, I don't really check in on it anymore, so I don't know. I'm sure it has some improvements done to it since I last used it, but it's just not on my radar anymore. Alrighty, back to the regular mods. First we have mouse tweaks, which I no longer use. I think you can guess why. Yeah, ever since I started using my controller, I tried to make it to where I use less and less of my keyboard and mouse as possible. And this was already F tier when I first reviewed it because it had me switching between my controller and my mouse. And it was such like a big cumbersome thing, and I just don't like it, so I just kind of cut it out of my life. It was good, but no, actually no, why am I lying to myself? It's not good. Useful for keyboard players, but as a controller person, it is just cumbersome. Next, we have the Essential mod, which is actually pretty solid. It allows me to change the skins that I'm using between videos. It allows me to actually manage my capes. I haven't used any of the cosmetics, but those are actually pretty fun looking. And I can connect with my friends' worlds if I really wanted to. Like, it's a nice, streamlined way to actually have bedrock type multiplayer on Java. So I'll go ahead and throw this in A tier. It's solid. I really like it. Alright, next one is inventory management, which adds sort buttons to the inventory. Which is really good to have on controller. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one along with the controller mod and Essential in A tier. It's pretty good. It's a lifesaver. Skin swapper. Ever since I installed Essential, I just don't really have a use for this one, so I just no longer use it, unfortunately. Shulker box tooltip. This one's fairly useful for whenever you want to look into your shulker box. Although I still just have the habit of just like placing it down in the world and opening it up. I'm a very vanilla type player. So this one I don't really get as much use of out as like a normal player would. So I'm gonna throw this into the C tier. Oh my gosh, Vivecraft. I'm convinced that none of you guys actually like VR. I had a blast whenever I was making Craft VR, but no one watched it. No one likes VR. I stand firm, this is S tier. I love VR. I will always gravitate towards it. It's just fun. It allows me to have fun with Minecraft again, and that should be the priority. I don't know, y'all just be haters. I love this. I love Vivecraft. Next, we have eating animations, which I unfortunately don't really use anymore. It's the same thing with the Make Bubbles Pop mod. It's just too tiny of a touch that I just stopped noticing it, and it's just, well, I can take it or leave it, and I chose to leave it, so oh well. Next, we have command keys, which has become the new ingredient for my voice command tutorial video. and it's really good. It actually does a lot more than the previous mod, which is why I like it even more, and it's taken its spot in S tier as far as functionality, and the fact that it's still being developed to this day. So yeah, very, very, very good mod right here. Next up, we have Axiom.
Hello, Captain, and welcome aboard.
I toyed with this one like once or twice. It was fine. It was all good. Honestly, it was such like a big learning curve for me that I just was kind of turned away from it. So I guess if I had more time with it, it would be fine. But at the moment, it's just kind of F tier. It was just too complex for me. I'm a simple man. I like simple things. Why do you think I was in the simple SMP? So it's just gotta go in F tier for now. But it can improve over time. We'll see. Zoomify. I actually use this zoom over the essential zoom, so this one's gonna go in A tier. I don't know, it's just nice to have like a zoom button like actually built in. Simple voice chat. Amazing as always. I get to talk with my friends while playing in-game. Very, very fun, especially whenever it's proximity chat. You can just like, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in S tier. It's just very, very fun. I still like it. Better third person. I dabbled with this one. It was fun to like toy with different like camera angles when walking around. I was trying to like replicate the feel of Minecraft Dungeons with this one, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it because like the camera still has to move. You can't have it like stuck in a single spot. This one I'm gonna go ahead and put in F tier because I could have had fun with it, but it just didn't really click with me. Better F3. I love getting rid of all the stupid clutter in the F3 menu, so this one's in S tier. I remember whenever I updated to 1.21.5 and I installed all my mods, I forgot to include this one, and then whenever I checked to open my F3 menu, all the stuff just like completely blotted out the screen. It was way too much useless, boring information that doesn't pertain to me, and just having this mod back in, it was just like, oh my gosh, it was a breath of fresh air. So yes, this is an S tier mod for me. And to end things out, we have a couple of resource packs that I wanted to throw into this whole shaboddle. First, we have fresh animations. Really, really nice. Not exactly the most VR friendly thing because the models do kind of like tear themselves apart, which is funny, but it's not supposed to happen. But it does add like some fresh new life to the game that it is just a solid like A tier. I love it. Fresh moves. I tried toying with this so I can add a blinking animation to my skin, but it didn't really work out. If someone actually like helped me out in setting that up, that would be really cool. And then I can add that sort of flair to my YouTube videos. But I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. So I couldn't get it to work out. So this one's going in C tier. Has room to improve, kind of like Axiom, but I like the concept better. It's a better concept, being able to blink. Next up, we have variant cakes, which is a very fun one. It allows you to have different colored cakes whenever you set them in the world. And as someone who has made a lot of cakes in VR, it just added like a nice extra dollop of fun to the whole thing. Unlike eating animation and make bubbles pop, this is something that I just take a lot of joy in. So this one's going in B tier. Not essential by any means, it's just fun. Just like this next one, Cassette Music Disc. It turns all the discs into cassettes, which is just fun. Although unfortunately it's not up to date with the most recent music discs added to the game in 1.21. So unfortunately I have to take off a couple points from there. Until it's updated, I'm gonna have to put you in C tier. And to round things off, we have Vanilla Tweaks. Oh my gosh, I love Vanilla Tweaks. It just these tiny little changes here and there to like the textures and all the stuff in the game. It's just really, really nice. I'm thankful like how versatile and customizable this pack is. This one is going in S tier. It's that good. Alrighty, and there it is, all the mods and resource packs ranked. Let me know what y'all think of these mods and how you would rank them in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and that'll be it for me today. Now if you excuse me, I gotta go finish up my Minecraft movie review video. I'm outta here.